I'm Christina, and we're the Gorgeous Geeks, and we just came back from seeing Captain America.
We have a difference of opinion. Well, a difference of feeling, I guess, about the movie. I have to apologize, because we've been talking about this for almost a year, and we've always said, well, actually more so than that, we've been saying Jensen Ackles, Jensen Ackles, Jensen Ackles.
I'm not off the Jensen Ackles bandwagon.
Captain America.
I mean, obviously, it didn't happen.
But and then I would say, then I myself had said that I just don't, I'm not sure if Chris Evans could pull it off.
I never said he couldn't.
Well, it's just that leadership thing. I've seen him play silly. I've only seen him play a serious role once in Starshine, and everything else was, you know, so I was kind of like, I don't know. I wasn't, look, I care about Captain America. I was worried. And I have to say, Chris Evans, I humbly apologize to you for judging you, and will you marry me? Oh my goodness. It was perfect. It was perfect. He did a perfect
As far as what they put in the film, yes. Okay, as far as what they portrayed in his character, it was the value of his spirit, of his kindness and his compassion and just his goodness that everyone respects.
Yeah.
Was there a "do you think this A stands for France" moment? No.
But I believe that there was moments like that.
There was no moment like that.
Look.
There was no moment like that.
I was against Chris Evans doing it because I didn't think he could do it. I didn't think he could do it.
Just his personality in general, you could respect it, and it's good to see people like that in general or in film, period. But was there that, like, Avengers Assemble? I mean, obviously this isn't an Avengers movie.
I
didn't say he can't do it.
No,
I'm just saying it wasn't in the movie.
When he walked,
there wasn't like a speech moment. There wasn't a rally the troops moment. It wouldn't have hurt.
You know what? No, he had it down so good that when he walked into a room, you would say, "I'm following this man," and that's exactly what Captain America is. When he walks into a room, it's just like, I don't know who this guy is, but I gotta follow him because he just looks like he just was to me.
I didn't say anything about he didn't have a presence. I'm just saying they didn't have one of those scenes in particular and specific that I'm talking about.
I understand what you're talking about, and I believe it was at the end when he was with Red Skull. I believe that
was very minute compared to that comic book.
I felt that.
And the Ultimates, that what I mentioned, that was very minute to that specific scene. Yeah,
I felt that. And the thing about it is that he had that even when he was a scrawny, skinny nothing. He still had that same thing, and they brought it back, and he still had that same spirit. I totally disagree with you there. I believe that moment was in there.
Okay, I don't think
I felt that same thing.
They didn't write.
It's a thing of feeling, like you said. We have a different opinion of feeling, and that's what I felt when he said.
Okay, that's what you felt, but I'm telling you what they didn't write.
I believe that.
There was no. Everybody, I know you can do it. If you see the little kid with the bicycle, that YouTube video. I mean, they didn't write one of those arousing rally the troop scenes in there. No, they didn't.
Well, okay, but there wasn't a point where he needed to rally the troops. When did he need to rally the troops? The troops were always ready. He was with.
I know that. I didn't say it wasn't a bad movie. I just said it could have helped. It could have made this feeling for me. It would have brought me personally up a little bit. I'm not gonna say it's a bad movie. It's a good movie. It's a good movie. I'm just saying it would have made me personally more, I don't know, it would have brought me up. And as far as the fighting, there was one scene that was elaborate as far as the first like action thing that he like really did as far as a soldier. But everything else was just kind of shot to shot to shot to shot, a little here, bits and pieces, and that's fine for as far as the pacing of the film itself. But I just personally would have liked something a little more, I don't know, dirty or violent or just.
I disagree with you there too. The action sequences completely, like I was just like. every time he threw that shield, it was like, do it again, do it again, do it again. I was just like, I loved it. I loved every second of it. Every time he threw it, every time he used it, I got chills running down my spine.
I just wish there was just something more, something that just would have wowed me.
I don't know what else you thought.
I mean, it was great. I can't say
There
was something that I just went wow. And you said it's not fair to compare it to other comic book movies or films I've seen, but when people are comparing it and saying it's the best of the summer, it's the best of all time, it's hard not to make those comparisons, especially since you see all these other films and it just brings you up and you're so happy with it.
Every time that shield bounced, it was like a wow moment to me. That's why I'm looking at you like you're crazy.
Well, okay.
It was a wow moment for me every time he used that shield.
In The Incredible Hulk, when Tim Roth, he was injected before he became Abomination, he did some cool, some agility things, and they're like, I can really see how they can do Captain America. And my dad's like, well, that's not fair because all these soldiers now know all these different, fighting techniques, and that's true, but like, if you've read the Ultimates, like, when he took down Hank Pym, it's just like, dang!
To me, what you're saying to me is that you wanted to see him do some somersaults and flips, because he was jumping off of things, he was jumping in the air and punching people and kicking people. Like, you just wanted to see him do some somersaults and some flips.
I wanted to see something cool. Something that...
It was cool. It was cool.
It wasn't cool enough for me.
I think you need to see it again.
I said maybe I should see it again, but I can't... On first impressions, it didn't make me feel what I wanted to feel. I love Captain America. If they had to kill all the characters except for one, he'd be the one that lived. That's how much I love him.
It was basic combat. I mean, you look at these older movies, which I think maybe...
You can say it's basic, you can say it's like a war movie.
It was.
You can say,
I don't want
this to feel like a comic book movie, but the fact of the matter is, if I'm a comic book, I wanted to see some more cool...
You wanted to see him do some somersaults.
I wanted to see something amazing that was just really visually amazing.
I think there was moments like that. I think there were so many of them in there. Every time!
Oh, okay. Bucky. I wish there was a little bit more Bucky. I don't want to give anything away. Even though if you know something about Bucky,
I didn't think they had enough time. The movie was already 2 hours.
I mean, if you read a comic book, like, especially if you, like, a Wolverine has a flashback and Bucky is there or something, and you're just like, wow, this kid is hardcore.
But I think if people would have saw that, more of him like that, I think they would have been more confused. They would have been kind of confused. They just would have seen him happily slitting somebody's throat.
I'm not saying happily slit somebody's throat. I'm just saying do something a little bit more. I wish there would have been more Bucky.
I think for what it was, I thought it was great. He was a soldier that was his friend who got all the girls, and then and then all of a sudden it flipped.
As far as their friendship, I'm talking about combat.
Combat. I think what he did was good enough.
Oh, okay, well, it was good enough for you. I'm saying, I'm sure I don't know if there's going to be any person out there who agrees with me. I'm just telling you how I felt. I'm just telling you how I feel in my 2 cents. There are people who say you're crazy. There are people who say I disagree with you, but thanks for giving your 2 cents. And people kind of like when we disagree.
Okay.
And this is just
one
of those times. I didn't like the movie more than Thor.
I can't think. That's my favorite this year so far. Captain America is my favorite this year so far.
I hate myself for saying it, but I kind of think I had a better feeling just kind of leaving Harry Potter. And Harry Potter wasn't epic. It was like they tried to get there, but it wasn't quite.
You chose a British movie over Captain America?
I'm sorry.
I'm hurt.
I
am hurt. I can't
I'm
believe
sorry.
It.
Well, you didn't see it, so.
I can't believe it. But anyways, one thing about Captain America. I have to say this.
Are you one thing about
British viewers. I have to say about Captain America is that it had that old time classic American war movie feel to it, and it had that feeling of that message of I have to do the right thing no matter what, more so in this comic book movie than any other comic book movie that there's been.
It was a good movie. It just didn't bring me up to the level that I wanted to be brought up to. And I didn't know, it's not like my expectations were to the moon or anything, but
like it made you think of Sergeant York. It didn't make you think of Sergeant York?
No.
It had that same feeling because he didn't want to really kill anybody, but
well, I'm not gonna say it has the same feel because I don't know. Well, I don't know what you mean by the same feel.
It had that
as far as
time classic
quality.
Movie.
I mean, the cinematography, the music,
and
stuff
the
like
coming together and fighting the bad guy. No matter where you're from or what you're doing. I mean where you're from, where it's just coming together to take this down and just do the right thing. And I really love that. I really love that. And so the ending was great. I loved everything. I didn't even know that they're gonna do all that with the ending.
Oh yeah, I did. I was surprised.
I was surprised of how they ended it because I thought they were gonna leave it off where it was. Oh, and I have to say that the little chick flick part of me. I don't like chick flicks. I don't. But that movie,
cry all the time.
I cried about 4 times watching this movie. Like seriously. And that movie tugged on my heartstrings, and I was bawling so bad towards the end. If you see the movie, you know what part I'm talking about, that I was just crying my eyes out. And then I was thinking about all the other war movies I've seen. We Were Soldiers, Saving Private Ryan, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't take it. Like, I was just bawling. I was uncontrollable.
Yeah, I was...
Like, my shoulders were shaking, and I was trying to calm down.
She was crying on one side, and my youngest sister is crying on the other, and my other sister, Angelina's just kind of giggling at them, and I'm just like...
I mean, I know comic books. I know what's coming, but... Oh, it just pulled. It just pulled. Huh?
You are sad.
I know, but it just pulled. But that movie, it was so touching, and it was so inspiring, and it was so great. I have not felt that emotionally drawn to a movie since I saw Gladiator.
Well, I think another reason why I'm saying maybe I wanted more from this about as far as Cap and like some other characters like in the Captain America specific franchise is because I know the next time I see him will be an Avengers movie. And Iron Man 2 to me was so polluted with so much franchise agenda that it kind of ruined the film for me. Like, I saw the trailer and you know Black Widow is making her turn, and I'm just like, I don't want to see you. I'm like, I don't want to see you. So I kind of feel like I had to get my good helping. Because after Thor, I'm like, I really like that. I hope Avengers doesn't mess up how I feel about this movie. And it'd be cool to see them all together, but I just don't want it to be kind of... I hope it flows well. Wait, Iron Man 2 kind of really left me worried.
Red Skull, I was kind of worried about the mask. I was like, they're not going to make it that bright of a red, are they? Because, you know, it might look cheesy, but I thought it looked great. I thought the costumes looked great. I have to say that I'm very proud of myself because I have not seen one trailer of Captain America. When I really want to see a movie, I don't watch any trailer. I don't look at movie posters. I don't see any of that stuff. Unless I'm really worried about the movie, then I'll watch the trailer to make sure that's going to be okay. But I would literally run out the theater if a Captain America trailer came on.
Yeah, and she was screaming and talking to herself, and
it was like crazy.
You were crazy.
No,
she's like, that she'd run away. She's like, I'm like,
I don't want to hear anything.
I'm just like, I'm still watching TV.
I
am not exaggerating. I swear. I promise you, I'm not exaggerating.
Anyways, Christina. So that was nothing, so I wasn't spoiled of anything, and everything I saw, I was completely surprised. I was completely shocked. I didn't know what the costume looked like or anything, because I don't want to be spoiled like that. So I didn't really have a high expectation or a low expectation or anything. I just went in there completely blind of what was, you know, going to happen, and it blew my socks off for me. So, but I wasn't that crazy.
Yes, you were. We don't need to argue about this. It happened. Happen. They know about it now.
I have to say, I love Tommy Lee Jones because he reminded me of. He almost kind of had like this General Patton thing going on. I kind of like that too. So I thought he was, well, not exactly like Patton, but he just kind of had this do what I say kind of thing look and to him, and I thought he did a great job. Everybody did a great job to me. I can't complain about any actor whatsoever.
So they had a lot of nods in this movie, even with, they had like the costume he amped up for duty, and then there was another one that looked more comic book traditional, and it made sense how they did it, and it was a good movie. It was a well written film.
Yeah, it really was. And
it didn't have that spirit. I just can't change how I felt.
Howard Stark.
I know that.
I was kind of worried because I thought I didn't know how he was going to do Howard Stark, and I was like, I hope he's not going to be too much like Robert Downey. Like, I don't want him to be like how Robert Downey was. I mean, he just was his own character. Well, anyways, tell us what you think. Leave a comment. I'm Katrina.
I'm Christina.
And we're the Gorgeous Geeks.